Greetings, this is part 4 of our 7th episode, and we are at a place called Darby's Tavern.
Darby's Tavern.
And I don't drink. Darby's Tavern, and I've never been here before. He's having a brisket sandwich, I'm having a hamburger steak, so we'll see how that goes.
Yummy.
But we want to process and debrief what our episode was about tonight, which was the Board of Supervisors Meeting.
Very good.
And suck it. And first, Sean is going to give you his thoughts, talk about his little speechy and whatnot, and then I might throw in a few tidbits. All right, I need my glasses to see how to turn it around. And then we'll go from there. Okay, Sean, you're on.
Okay, so you flipped the camera. Thank you.
I did.
Wonderful. Oh, and I love your case. I never get to look at your phone case like this. Okay, so we just got back. We had decided, we looked at the agenda. We didn't see anything too terribly interesting. We also noticed that they were planning to go in closed session later. You know, they can stay in closed session for a long time, then come back. I personally didn't see a whole lot of cause for staying for the entire meeting. For those who maybe just don't live in Halifax County, Virginia, or you've been living under a rock in Halifax County, Virginia, there's been a big controversy because 2 weeks ago they voted to five of the we're going to say 5 of the 9 supervisors, but in this county we have a tiebreaker, so there's one individual that doesn't vote unless there's a tie. So of the 8 people that voted, 5 people voted to award a woman named Tamika Morgan, who was present tonight to do her job. Let's give her credit for that. $25,500 a month to work 2 days a week doing the 2 most important jobs in municipal government in the county. And people here are heated about it. And the heat has kind of gotten, it is kind of reaching a fever pitch. We saw that reflected in how there was standing room only in the building tonight, in the Board of Supervisors meeting room. There was a significant faction that were there to see Miss, was it Edmunds? Was that her name? Lisa?
Yeah.
There to see Miss Edmunds be celebrated for turning 100, and she was something of a community activist. She's someone that we were very happy to see celebrated. And then after those folks left, you know, there were so many people that showed up tonight that every seat was full. People were standing in the back, and they actually had to put about, I think, 16 to 20 people in the hallway because of fire code and whatnot. You know, the room was actually filled at capacity. And so, Ms. Morgan is being paid $25,500 per month. She will be working 2 days per week. She also gets a lot of fringe benefits, you know, such as travel from wherever she lives to here. And so, there are a lot of reasons why people are upset about it. Me personally, the most interesting thing about this is that people are actually starting to get active in Halifax County. People are starting to talk about next steps and actions that can be done. And this is sort of being framed in terms of, a general pattern of what is perceived to be fiscal irresponsibility and concerns that there may be actually corruption, dare I say, involved in these types of events. And that a lot of people who've been here for a long time feel that this is sort of par for the course. You get a lot of learned helplessness here in the county. That dynamic was on display tonight, but there's also what was on display tonight is that people are caring about this issue. Now, this issue regarding the hiring decision that was made 2 weeks ago was not on the agenda tonight. And I doubt most people actually did their homework, but anybody who actually looked at the agenda knew that. So I hope that people aren't sitting through this meeting thinking that their concerns are going to be addressed, because the people's only opportunity to address their concerns would have been the public comment section. I will give Chairman Claiborne and the rest of the board their propers for conducting a very professional public comment section. I think that Mr. Claiborne specifying the rules at the outset was a very good thing. Other municipalities in the region actually publish their rules of conduct for public comment sections, and I think that it would be very good for Halifax County to do the same. I personally have not been able to find that, so if it is anywhere on the website, it's not easy to find from the Board of Supervisors page, not as easy as the minutes themselves were to find. But despite the fact that the room was full, despite the fact that so many people have been flaming out about this in private corners and in social media. I actually had a conversation with a family member's caregiver and one of her relatives about this earlier today. The whole county's talking about this, but you really can't complain that the supervisors are not doing what you want them to do if you're afraid to step up to the plate and speak to the supervisors. And that's what I would like to chat about now, because for all the people that are in the room, they're all there for the same reason. Everybody knows that everybody's there for the same reason. What was it? How many of us spoke, Lisa? About 5 people?
Yeah.
And
there was we know there was more than 135 people because that was the fire code seating.
Mm-hmm. And that's
but there was a butt ton for the 100th birthday.
There was what?
A lot for the 100th birthday.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to do anything that's softball, anything that makes them look good. They're going to make sure to take extra time to do that, and that's what they did.
Well, that with the promotions, I think I would agree with that. I don't think for the 100th birthday. I think that was an excellent community effort for that lady.
Oh, I totally agree with that. But you saw they took a bathroom break right after. I mean, they were very clearly stalling. And I think they were expecting more of a reaction from the public tonight than what actually took place. Now, Lisa and I discussed this prior to the meeting, and neither one of us were planning on speaking tonight originally. I personally was like, a lot of times when you're there in a journalistic capacity, which we basically were, that I would rather hear what the public has to say as the journalist than to get up and speak myself. But because so few people want to have this direct conversation, I just felt the need, like I had to get up there and call it out, you know? And so that's what really moved me to go speak. And I believe you were live streaming when I was speaking, right, Lisa?
Yes, you were, and I wanted to speak too, but I was not allowed.
Well, we'll talk about that. Well, you wanted to promote our podcast, and the reason I said that is because after, because the rules are not, there may actually be rules that we have not been able to find yet. We should probably actually call their office and ask. But for example, I was threatened with legal action in Danville 3 years ago, because I wore a T-shirt with my organizational name on it with a web link, and they told me that they were going to file legal action against me because I was using that
for wearing a T-shirt. That's bullshit.
Yeah, and I put them right in their place in the next meeting. I called out what they did because they didn't do that part on camera. They did that before the meeting started, and it was bullshit. But I put them in their place. Don't worry about it. Nothing came of it. But so that's the reason why, you know, my caution. Lisa wanted to go promote our podcast there. In general, if it is allowed as per their rules to where we won't get banned from being able to comment in the future or be able to do what we did tonight, which was live stream the public comment section in the future, then I'm for it. But I because of my experiences doing this, I did not want to risk that. You know, I'm not assuming that Mr. Claiborne, the 3 rules that Mr. Claiborne laid out before the public comment section began about making noise and that kind of thing. I'm not sure that's an exhaustive list as per Halifax County stated policy. And if they have it in writing, then they would be allowed to legally ban us.
Can I say something?
Oh, of course.
But I was going to ask you, but what I wanted to say is, why did they not engage? Okay, let me back up a little bit. I too agree. There was at least 150 or more people there. And yes, you could palpably feel the tension that they were there because they're upset about what's happening with this lady and the hiring and the salary. And I'm sure some other things too.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe 5 people spoke. I was expecting people to get up there and go, how can you pay blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's because the lady was there to diffuse it. Why was she there? Is that part of her job?
That's part of her job. Yeah, she's required to be there.
To sit in on Board of Supervisors meeting?
She's the county administrator.
Yeah, but she's not making any kind of report or comments or letting us know what she's doing. Nothing.
Well, maybe hypothetically speaking, she might have done some of that after we left.
That's true. We did leave early. I agree.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was really disappointed that more people didn't speak out, because I know the anger and I know how people are feeling about it, because people write me, we hear it, we see it on social media, like you said. Now, one lady got up there and said, what was it? The comprehensive plan that the Board of Supervisors has that's been like abandoned.
No, this is that strategic planning. No, this was the strategic planning committee, the one that we've previously referred to on the podcast as not being transparent. She apparently was the person from the community that got placed on that committee, and now she's saying the committee's not having meetings.
Well, she said it's just like died. like 3-4 months ago. Nobody's saying anything, having meetings, nothing. How do you have a strategic plan if you don't even meet to follow up and make the strategic plan and then do what? I thought that was like the huge thing for an organization like that. Damn it, is having a strategic plan. What's the plan? What's the plan?
Well,
this
is an organization that isn't even strictly speaking tied to the Board of Supervisors. This is like this is basically sort of like a community.
So whose strategic plan is it?
And Ryland Clark is watching right now. So they actually mentioned Ryland as somebody who's one of the co-chairs of the strategic committee.
I had difficulty hearing.
Yeah, so they mentioned him. They told that young woman to get with Ryland.
Okay.
To talk about where is this committee and when is it going to actually start meeting.
Will you come interview? What's happening? Number one. Number two, I thought that it was a strategic plan to be implemented through the Board of Supervisors.
Well, yeah, anything that they recommend, the strategic planning commission will make recommendations.
So it's a recommendation committee.
Well, I mean, hypothetically speaking, the strategic plan kind of becomes sort of like, it becomes an official document. You know, the board would approve the strategic plan and then they would act upon it, you know.
See, I'm just not even understanding the rules of organization for the Board of Supervisors. It seems willy-nilly, but I'm new to this.
Yeah.
This is my first Board of Supervisors meeting. I'm trying to figure it out.
She got very excited.
I did, but we did ask them if it was okay to live stream. They said okay.
Yes, yeah, we did. We dotted our I's and crossed our T's. What else?
Except I wanted to get up there and speak, and all I wanted to do was basically turn around and say, we are Disturbed Oasis, and we want to cover things like this, and we want to hear your opinion. Yes, it is promoting the pop. What is our goal?
I just wanted to make sure. I just want to make sure it's not against the rules.
What is our goal?
There will be another meeting there.
Our goal is to promote community engagement.
Yes.
So seeing that many people turn out was wonderful, but we got to go the next step further.
Well, people have to speak, and like I said in my speech, if you want to switch back.
I want to say one other thing.
Okay, sure.
Quick. One of the people that addressed him was somebody that's running for, I think, District 6.
James Mr. Gordon.
I really liked what he had to say. He's already starting to initialize a platform. Number one, they should have live streaming every time they had a meeting like the school board does.
Yes.
That's wonderful. I love it.
Yes.
So he's committed to an interview, but unfortunately, I'll take the responsibility for that. Not organized enough to time manage to do it tonight.
Yeah.
But he is going to meet with us. I haven't heard from the other ones yet or confirmed anybody else, but Mr. Gordon is, and I did like what he had to say.
I did too, yeah. And what I really liked, I especially liked experience.
Hang on, I got to flip it. I accidentally flipped the camera. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
He's running in the district that Mr. Stanley Brandon is now vacating since he has announced that he's no longer running. And so he's running against, I believe the guy's name is Monty Thompson. I have a friend. I don't have her permission to speak about it, but my friend is actually rooting for Mr. Gordon. He is, I guess he's a South African. He birth, and then I believe he married someone who is local. I think they met in Northern Virginia, something like that. And I believe he owns a distillery or something in the entertainment alcohol sector, a place that I personally haven't been yet, but I hear it's a popular place. And a friend of mine was recommending him, and I was actually quite worried that he was maybe a little too sophisticated and a little soy boyish, because that's the type of person that my friend tends to like. But it turns out like he's very male energy. It gives me some indication that he may be able to win this race. I do not endorse. I was worried that xenophobia might prevent someone like him from winning before I actually met him. Now that I met him, I see that he's a good fit for Halifax County. We do not endorse candidates, and I haven't met the other person in that race, so I don't even have an opinion as to which one. I do not endorse candidates. Lisa may endorse candidates, but I personally made the decision. I've made the decision not to because in case I ever work in a more formal, journalistic capacity that we don't control. I've made that as a personal choice while we do this project. So yeah, he got up and gave a really great speech. The first lady that spoke, I could tell by the way she was talking to Lisa before the meeting started that she was going to be a stooge for what they've been doing.
Her name was Jennifer Champion. I talked to her before the meeting. She said she comes every month because she's concerned about where her tax money's going.
Good for her, it's very disappointing that the actual perspective that is being circulated all throughout the community in an inflammatory way. And yes, there have been concerns that people have. They're calling these gentlemen, this voting bloc, the Gang of Five. Now, they're not all black, but they are predominantly black. And there's been conversations going on about these folks have gerrymandered their districts. These folks don't actually reflect the will of Halifax County. Halifax County is, in fact, a 70% majority conservative community. So there may be something to that gerrymandering thing. I haven't been here long enough to suss all that out, or I haven't done the deep dive detail work to suss all that out personally. But yeah, so there've been, I don't know if it was a long Facebook post or maybe an opinions piece that somebody wrote, but somebody said that invoking that language, the Gang of Five, has a racial undertone. That has not always been the case. A lot of these people are kind of old, so they remember when the word gang was not associated with minorities or even associated with white ethnics like Italians and Irish. But that's comme ci comme ça, because obviously in the modern context,
that's what?
Well, it's whatever. Yeah, because in the modern context, yes, if people are concerned about using that word, I would rather stop using that word so that we could actually have a polite public conversation about it. People are flaming out. People are expressing a lot of anger. But then when we all get into the room and you actually have an opportunity to confront these powerful individuals, or these people that have been invested with the authority to represent all of us and to decide where our tax money goes, all of a sudden it's crickets. Everybody's too timid. Everybody doesn't want to get up. Everybody doesn't want to stick their neck out there. So finally I just decided, I got to go up and call this out. And I said, these people don't bite. I would rather us have a polite, professional conversation about what people are concerned about, the fiscal responsibility element, the seeming pattern of behavior of the board not being responsive to the democratic will of the citizens who live here. Part and parcel of that is that they don't seem to want to live stream their meetings, whereas part of my speech that I gave, when I popped it all extemporaneously, all off the top of my head.
Yay, good job.
And what I was saying is that, Mecklenburg County live streams, Pennsylvania County live streams, Danville City live streams, so many of these other areas are live streaming, including counties that are smaller than ours. And so there's no reason not to get, thank you. Check out potato tots. Check out potato tots. Oh, wow, your steak looks great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I got extra tots?
No, I had tots.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You get your hands off my tots,
well, you did not tell me you got tots.
Well, I had something with it. Those are my seasonal vegetables. Yeah. You want my mushrooms? I don't like mushrooms.
Oh, I love mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I also want to say something else real quick.
What you want to say, girl?
At the beginning, Supervisor Smart asked, he said someone had told him that there's been a bill owed by the Board of Supervisors for 3 years to Warfield investigations. So our first thought was, why did the Board of Supervisors hire
a private investigator
3 years ago? I'd be curious to ask them about it.
Yeah, maybe
so
someone
hopefully
knows.
We need to incorporate that in the upcoming interviews we have of the existing Board of Supervisors, because we know Claiborne would have been there 3 years ago, and he's agreed to an interview. We just haven't pinned him to a time yet. Anyway, overall, and are we wrapping up? I just want to say, upcoming, we want to give an update on the YMCA.
Well, we're gonna stream tomorrow. I mean, I have more to say about tonight, but
okay, yeah, because we want to update on the Tri-County Brittany
Stratton. Bratton, blah,
Tiffany,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, Tiffany Bratton at Tri-County, the YMCA situation.
You asked for another comment from them, a follow-up.
Yeah, and there was something else we were going to pursue. Oh, I want to do the food bank thing. Anyway, there's a bunch of new stuff coming up. We're going to stream tomorrow. Yeah. But tonight we wanted to focus on the Board of Supervisors.
Thanks for the cat's up. Yeah.
Thank you. You're welcome. So, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I do. And, but yeah, people, this is your opportunity. You cannot, I'm sorry, but I don't want to hear anybody who was there tonight who was too timid to get up and speak directly to the people that you're upset with, bitching and complaining about them not being responsive to.
Well, come on now. They might need it. Did we get utensils?
We did not.
Oh shit! I can't eat with my fingers.
Well, your fingers are,
I can have
are
a
live
talk.
streaming still.
Okay.
Your fingers are
Anyway,
live streaming still.
well, people are enjoying dinner with us.
Bitching and complaining about them not listening to you because you're not standing up and saying it directly to their face. And let me just say, Halifax County, Virginia, has this passive-aggressive bullshit that really plucks my nerves, where people don't want to just be direct, people don't want to say what they mean. Coming from Danville, I do not relate to this.
Hey, but some of them have to step into it, ease into it. They showed
I agree
up.
with that.
They showed up.
I agree with that. Well, yes, you get credit for showing up, absolutely, but y'all are going to keep complaining about...
Can we get some utensils?
We would like some utensils.
Please, thanks.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
not our waiter, is it? Okay.
Sorry.
People are going to be steadily complaining about this for the next month. Okay, if you're out there in the viewing public on the internet, okay, and you're the type of person who does have ovarian fortitude or testicular fortitude, and you know that you can get up, and you know that you can get up and speak. Come to the meeting and come speak to these folks, and tell them what you feel in a polite, professional manner.
It's not just the Board of Supervisors. Show up to Halifax County, the City of Halifax Town Council meetings. Show up to South Boston City Town Council meetings.
Planning Commission.
It's not just that.
The Planning Commission. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
The Planning Commission. Show up to the IDA. Those meetings are public too, and they have public comment section at IDA meetings as well.
I mean, damn y'all, it's your money.
So it's like y'all got to get past this passive stuff, this passive aggressive stuff, because it is. Some friends have expressed concern to me that the online social media version of this conversation. You can start eating if you want. That the online social media version of this conversation is getting a little out of hand. It's getting a little bit. Some people are worried that it can spill over into aggression.
See, I think it's great. I think people are speaking up on whatever format they want to speak up on. At least they're saying something.
I agree that it's great.
Doing something. It's instead of yammering, do something.
I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. People are complaining, and I don't really see. Okay, let's. People are complaining. Yes, Darby's Tavern, support local. This is a great establishment. So people are complaining, but like the way in which you can actually have an impact on how these things play out is to go through the process. And like I said, as an activist, you go through the process and through the prescribed channels before you escalate. You guys are gonna wait a whole nother month before you do it the right way. So like we're starting at 0, and we could have gotten to 1 tonight, but we did not get to 1. We didn't get to even to 0.5. We got to 0.125 tonight.
What numbers are you talking about?
About 3 people. On a scale of.
Okay.
On a scale of
1 to 10.
Yeah, sure. 1 to 100. I was really 1 to 100. That's what I was gauging. On a scale of 1 to 100, we got 1/8 of 1% done tonight, and so
I disagree. I think we got to at least 3, if not 4.
Four whole percentage point. Yeah, you showed up, and we do think that the people noticed, that the supervisors noticed that you showed up.
Definitely, they were nervous. I think they were nervous.
I agree. Some of them were, yes, and so yes, people showed up. People are not used to that amount of people showed up. I think they were hoping that half the room would leave after they honored Miss Edmunds, but what actually happened is the spillover from the hallway came back inside, and every seat pretty much was filled again. And maybe
But that honoring her was awesome. Her story was amazing.
It really was.
She's voted in every election since, what was it, 1948?
I believe so, yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah, and she did a lot of things to stand up for the community in terms of civil rights and social justice, etc. And she seemed like a very nice lady.
Yep.
But yeah, like I said, rather than flaming out on social media, we know that we have a racism problem in this county. We know that there are some people who are having this conversation in an inflammatory way that do mean that, even if they're not saying it, And so rather than letting this fester and letting this become a cause for a destructive type of tension, what I'm asking for, the community for, is a constructive form of tension. We don't have to be an embattled population against a corrupt board. We're all neighbors. We know where these people live. But what I'm saying is, go through the proper channels first. We go through the proper channels. People say their piece. People express what they need to express. People make requests for transparency. You can file a Freedom of Information Act request if they're not giving you transparency. People are requesting accountability. There are many, many, many ways that we can escalate toward accountability. But what I wanted to see tonight was step 1, and I did not see a fulsome step 1. Step 1 is not just to show up. That, like I said, 0.125. Step one is to show up and to speak out. And I don't know why Halifax County people, this learned helplessness dynamic, are so scared to come out their mouth with it. It's not just at these meetings; it's in everyday life too. I don't know why people are so passive, but people
need permission. They need courage. They need modeling. Hey,
I'm giving you permission.
I think we should call for a town hall.
Yeah, we're going to host a town hall at some point, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get moving with that, because it sounds to me like you guys need training wheels. It sounds to me like you guys need a safe forum where you know. Huh?
Nothing.
Okay. Say what? Passive aggressive, huh? So it sounds to me like y'all need training wheels. Like y'all need an environment where it's safe to express yourself so that you can train yourselves up. And I just want to end by giving you guys some tips. Halifax County Board of Supervisors permits 3 minutes per public comment. If you want to say something and you know you have something to say to these folks, the best practice is to write your speech ahead of time and to practice. You need to know how fast do you speak, how many words can you personally get in 3 minutes.
Excuse me.
And you can come there with your speech and read your speech to them in the public comments section for 3 minutes. This is actually the best practice. This is what I always do. Like I chose to speak spontaneously tonight, and I wrapped it up when my time was about to run out. That's what I did tonight. I just spoke off the cuff. I told them, yes, we do need to be live streaming these meetings because every other county in the general area does, and we're falling behind the times. What about millennials? What about old people? What about disabled people who can't get here? This is a best practice for transparency in the 21st century, and there's no excuse why they shouldn't be doing it.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
You're done?
I'm hungry.
I told you could eat. I was holding it. You grabbed it back from my hands.
Well, I think we're beating a dead horse at this point.
No, I'm actually giving real advice on what they can actually do. And so what this is what you do. You if you need to do that training wheel, the best practice, know the rules and regulations of the situation before you go in. And like I said, if you need to write out your words to prepare yourself, if you need to rehearse with a friend, rehearse with a friend. You know, so don't let your words you will be less nervous if you have said these words before you actually get to the room that evening. Okay, this is how we do it. This is how we get it done. Step one is to express the concern. Once we've done step one, I will give you guys step 2 through 6. You know, because there are so many other opportunities to go. You are a straight up hater. You are counterproductive. You are sabotaging the whole point of what we came here to do tonight.
It's a circle. We're going saying the same thing over and over. I think we're good. I think it's time to wrap up and eat dinner.
I just now started giving tips. You're allowed to eat without me eating yet. And
I've been saying that since the very beginning.
I just now started about the practical tips for practicing.
Somebody make a comment. Tell him.
I'm about to wrap it up, but she keeps interrupting me so that I can't wrap it up. Okay, what I'm saying, go practice. Practice the art of graceful confrontation. That is what is needed now, and until you guys are ready to do that, there's nothing else that we can do. If you guys want this situation fixed, you've got to actually put in real effort to fix it. And with that, I'm done. Anything else you want to say?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Man, I wish I could have said that last sentence quicker, but I was interrupted 6 times.